Welcome to Missionary Biography. We will see the story behind the M3. Him, Great is Thy Faithfulness. Author Thomas Obediah Chisholm, 1866 to 1960. Music, William Runyan. Scripture, Lamentations chapter 3, verse 22 and 23. James chapter 1, verse 17. The story behind them. Thomas Chisholm certainly had his share of disappointment in life. Born in a crude log cabin in Kentucky, he never had a chance to attend high school or college. In 1893, Chisholm became a Christian at the age of 27 through the ministry of Henry Clay Morrison, the founder of Asbiry Seminary in Kentucky. Chisholm was ordained as a Methodist minister in 1903. His health was fragile, forcing him to resign as a Methodist minister. After only 1 year, he began writing but received more than his share of rejection letters. Even when his poems were published, he rarely received any money for them. In a letter, Chisholm wrote, "My income has not been large at any time due to impaired health in the earlier years, which has followed me until now. Although I must not fail to record the unfailing faithfulness of a covenant keeping God, for which I am filled with astonishing gratefulness." At the age of 57, in 1893, he wrote the hymn "Great is Thy Faithfulness," based on the verses in Lamentations that say His compassion fail not, they are new every morning. Great is Thy faithfulness. Lamentations chapter 3 verse 22 and 23. The hymn's first stanza is a simple expression of God's unchanging faithfulness. The second stanza continued with an expression of God's faithfulness to us in the natural world. He created the changing of the season, the movement of the celestial bodies, all joining together in praise to their Creator. The third stanza with the testimony of peace that comes through redemption, God's abiding presence in our daily lives, and the blessed hope of heaven. Thomas found great comfort in the scripture and in the fact that God was faithful to be his strength in time of illness and weakness and to provide his needs. Chisholm had sent this hymn to William Runyan, 1870 to 1957, a musician with the Moody Bible Institute. Runyan wrote of the hymn, "This particular poem held such an appeal that I prayed most earnestly that my tune carry over his message in a worthy way, and the subsequent history of its use indicates that God answered prayer." Later, when he was asked how he came to write the hymn, he said there were no special circumstances surrounding it, but he simply wrote about God's faithfulness from studying the Bible. This hymn was exposed to wide audience after Billy Graham used it frequently of his international crusades. It was introduced to the people of Great Britain during Graham's crusade in 1954 and has since become one of England's most popular hymns. Thomas Chisholm died in 1960 at the age of 94. During his lifetime, he wrote more than 1,200 poems and hymns